In my last video, I talked about the importance of a good design process when converting your car into a camper car. I'm going to be building a platform in my 2009 RAV4, and by designing it myself, I'll ensure that it suits all of my needs. I'm looking forward to sharing my story along the way. In this video, I'll be brainstorming. I'm going to use a mind map to help organize my thoughts. I have identified 3 main needs for the platform. 1. I want it to be comfortable. 2. I need for my car to have the capacity to hold everything I need. 3. I want it to be convenient to use my car when I'm not using it for camping, and convenient to quickly switch to adventure mode. My most important need is comfort. I need a good night's sleep to have the energy to take on the day. This means I will be getting a nice mattress topper, or mattress for my car. I'm tall and I like to sleep like a starfish, so I want the platform to be as long and as wide as will possibly fit in my car. I also like to nap and stretch out when I'm the passenger, especially on long drives. So I want the passenger seat to recline when the platform isn't set up. It would be unrealistic to be able to sit up in bed, but I'd like at least a couple feet of headspace, so I don't feel too confined. I'd also like to breathe fresh air without bugs getting in my car, block out light, and have privacy when sleeping. And lastly, I'd like for bedtime to feel like bedtime, with nice lighting and a homey feel. My next need is capacity. When I traveled for Europe for 3 months, my backpack weighed only 20 pounds. But car camping requires a lot more gear. First up is kitchen stuff. I need 5 to 7 gallons of water, food, a cooler, my camp stove and gas, cooking supplies, a cup and a bowl and utensils, and a place for trash and recycling. Next is all the gear. I have some camp gear, like a camp table and a camp chair or 2, and I need a good amount of space for my adventure gear, whether it be for climbing or snowboarding or backpacking or anything else I decide to dive into. And of course I'll need bedding and pillows, and a place to store clothes. Lastly is all the personal items. Toiletries like a toothbrush and soap, the things I'm terrible about keeping track of like my keys and wallet and phone, entertainment like books and art supplies, first aid for misadventures, and a headlamp for wandering around after dark. With all of these components, it's not just about keeping them in the car, but it's about organizing them in a way that I can find them easily. Which brings me to convenience. I'd like my setup to be as convenient and effortless as possible. A lot of my needs are around my car truly being a transformer. I want it to look and feel like a car when I don't need it to be a camper, and I want it to look and feel like a camper when I don't need it to be a car. I want to be able to use my back seat that includes the middle seat, but I'm going to take out the second seat. This way, 1 person can sit in the back of my car comfortably, and 2 if absolutely necessary. I also want to be able to use both back doors at all times. When camping, I don't want anything to be stored on top of the bed, because I'd like to keep everything clean, and I also want it to be easy to set up to sleep. I want my trunk to be functional when I'm not camping, and I want it to be easy to use the back seat during these times as well. I want any stored gear to be well organized and easy to get in and out of the car. Ideally, I'd really like to be able to see out my back window still when driving. I want it to be easy to access anything I may need while sleeping, without rummaging through the car. Things like water, a light, earplugs, toilet paper, and trash. And lastly, I'd really love to be able to open the cooler without needing to take it out of the car. It seems likely I'll identify more needs as time goes by, but I have a good sense of what I need to keep in mind when designing. So it's time to research and sketch and explore my ideas to renovate my ride into the perfect camper car for me. In my next video, I'll be sharing these designs with you. Be sure to check out my blog at onewomanwanderer.com.